I'm Mano Watsa. I serve as president and owner of PGC Basketball. I've been providing leadership to PGC over the past 10 years. It is such a privilege to be able to continue Dick's legacy. What he did for the game, teaching an intelligent approach to the pursuit of excellence in athletics, really filling a void, not just in the basketball world, but in the sports world, teaching players a specific mindset, a winning mindset, a championship mindset that all good players possess, regardless of the sport that they play, and obviously specifically applying it in basketball. I'm a graduate of the program, which is the primary reason why I'm so passionate about it. I attended PGC when I was in high school, going into my senior year, and it changed everything for me. It changed my game, changed who I was as a leader, changed who I was as a student, and ultimately changed the direction of my life. And that's why I consider it such a privilege to be able to provide leadership to PGC. And so I had the opportunity to then go on and play at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. And in putting into practice the principles that I learned at PGC, I was fortunate enough to be selected as a two-time All-Canadian, as one of the top players in Canada, and then had the opportunity to travel and play and teach the game around the world.
PGC definitely was, it's a lot different than any of the other camps I attended because we really analyze plays. So I stepped out on the court as a completely different player because now I knew what I needed to do, what I needed to fix, and it just changed me as a player.
What I always explain to people when I talk to other coaches about PGC is that two things I always explain. One is when you go to a regular coach's clinic, every once in a while you hear something and a bell goes off. You say, that's a great idea. And what I found my first session at PGC was that that bell just kept going off over and over and over again. And I said, this is just different. The other explanation I have is I say, anyone, whether you're a coach or a player, if you have that little fire of passion of basketball in you, PGC throws kerosene on that, and you just leave with just energy and wanting to go back. As a coach, you want to go back to your players and try to teach them everything you learned there and try to get your players down, because you know if you could get your players down, if you get two of your players down, not even your whole team, it makes a difference. I had years where I had two players come, and that was enough to change the culture of the team.
The first time I came, I went to an essentials course, and it was really like a refreshing experience. It was the first time I'd ever been in a classroom taking notes about basketball and really an in-depth study, and it was a lot of things. It was really cool to see the week develop and everything build on itself, and see the video and see everyone using all these habits that we were talking about in the classroom and then working on court. So it was really like a full experience. And then I went to the Point Guard College directed by Chad Sanji, and it really just stepped up to another level. I really knew how to train a lot more after that first course, and then the Point Guard College really brought my leadership as a whole to a whole nother level, and it really made me think about the game differently, and I just really opened up this real love for the game for me.
As encouraging as it is to see some of our players go on to the highest levels of play, top college players, top WNBA players, NBA players like #1 draft pick Markelle Fultz, #7 draft pick who's having an outstanding year this year, Jamal Murray, playing for the Denver Nuggets. What's even more encouraging and rewarding is to receive an email 5 years after a player's finished their career, and for them to reach out and say, I want to let you know, as much as PGC helped my career, PGC changed my life.
I would say this is in many ways the only place that I've seen that teaches the game from a mental standpoint as much as PGC does.
It's bigger than basketball. You know, at some point the ball's going to stop bouncing, and every parent wants their son or daughter to be a complete success and have a fulfilled life. And as a parent, you know that the people you put your son and daughter around will really determine the outcome of their life and the success of their life. And even more than the great basketball teaching, it's the people they're going to be around at PGC, the type of athlete that shows up, the type of coach that we attract, the lessons that we learn getting around like-minded and greater-minded people that are going to elevate the perspective and the commitment and the discipline level and the level of play of your son and daughter. And I don't think there's a better investment that you can make in the basketball world, but not just in their game, but in their long-term success as human beings.
Leadership, communication, teamwork, these are all like integral parts of, even if you don't work, like just being a part of a family or being part of a group of friends. Like, I think there's just so many things that can be applied to like life, and you know, that's why I don't really just see this as purely a basketball camp. It's really like a life camp, to be honest.